Do you all urinate here?
Yes, then we throw it away.
Do you have a container?
Yes, we have a cup.
Are there people sleeping up there?
Yes, everywhere.
Get out. Get out. Have you ever used it?
Yes, sure.
Gentlemen, check your marks.
When was the last time you saw, for example, a tree?
8 years ago. 8 years ago, I saw a tree.
Quezon City and its children's prison. Today, there are 168 boys and 11 girls in the prison. The girls are apart. For the boys, there are 2 cells of 35 square meters. There are 80 in each cell. Mickey has just been sent here by a police precinct. Mickey is 15.
I have been accused of theft and homicide. There are thieves who have entered a shop. They did a hold-up. There was a murder and I was accused.
One of the prison guards notices that he has a tattoo. That tattoo is Sputnik, the name of one of the gang in the district. All members wears a symbolic tattoo, but in Quezon City, having a tattoo is prohibited. It's an offense.
This tattoo makes me a part of the gang, help to make friends. This is the first time I've been to prison.
Are you scared?
Yes, I'm scared.
Sodomy or the sexual abuse of children happens very quite often in jail.
There are adult offenders.
There are adult offenders there in the city
There,
jails
in the city jail and the provincial jails who have committed rape cases.
Does it seem normal to you that these children are with you in the prison?
Not really. They're not supposed to be like that, like old, little children, like they're very young. I think they're only like 10 years old. They're supposed to be in their houses now. If you guys could help them to give them freedom, go ahead. Give them the freedom. Let them go.
It's almost 5 a.m. The temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. On the left, one of the boys' cells. On the right, the girls' cell. Boys are benefiting from the fan unlike the girls. However, it is hotter at theirs. Around the jail, an employee is trying to get rid of the urine stains.
The fan, there's a two-prong fan in there, and
unfortunately, when it's 115 degrees outside, it blows 115 degrees air on you. So it doesn't really do you any good. It actually is beneficial to have it off than to have it on. Okay. Because all it does is blow hot air on you. It's like having a blow dryer on you. Down.
Gregory, 35 years old, arrested for burglary, his first offense. He's going to spend 6 months in the tents.
This is where we live at, all day, every day. You got Adrian right here. It's a homie right here.
How you guys doing?
We got Mike right here sitting down in the bed.
Bonjour.
The older man we call OGs right here. He's the
All are
gas.
minor offenders. Drunk drivers, drug addicts, burglars sentenced to less than a year in prison.
To make them not want to come back, all these prisoners are dressed as convicts, but in addition, under their zebra stripes, Sheriff Arpaio has perfidiously added a personal touch.
We got pink long johns on. Yeah. Got long johns on. Pink long johns. Pink underwear. I think he's just trying to make an example of it. You know, you don't want to come back, right?
Yeah. Trying to humiliate us. And now I feel really humiliated to be on TV.
Like telling us, you know.
In 2006, this jihadist was recruited and trained behind the walls of another Iraqi prison. The Abu Ghraib prison. At that time, in the hands of the American army. According to the death row inmate, it was here that part of the strategy of what would become the world's largest terrorist organization was born. Abu Ghraib is a symbol for jihadists. It closed its doors in 2013. Today, the jihadists want to destroy it. This is the entrance to the cells.
On your right.
For fear of reprisal, none of the site managers dare to appear in the picture. I'm asked to do the inspection alone. Since its closure, it's the first time a camera is allowed to enter. Remember, the images of Iraqi detainees being tortured by American soldiers. It was here. Humiliated. Some have been radicalized. Inside, nothing has changed. Decaying walls. 2,400 prisoners were locked up in cells like this. With only one pastime, books now dusty. The only reading they allowed themselves was the Quran. The holy book of the Muslims. I will show you the cage where Daesh locked up all those who didn't follow the rules. And this in front of the population. And here is this cage. The inhabitants don't dare to destroy it. This is where some of the jihadists. Propaganda footage of Syrians being herded in like cattle was shot.
They were throwing people into this cage for a day or two, without food, without anything.
They'd locked that door.
They were terrorizing people.
They humiliated them in this cage.
How does it feel to be inside?
I feel bad. I really don't feel well. Can you imagine being there in front of everyone? Who deserves that? To be punished so savagely?
thieves, murderers, drug dealers, all mixed up together in a very crowded place. In the middle of this court of miracles, a smile under blonde hair. Katrina's 26 years old, the only European imprisoned here.
In this prison right now, I think we're around 120. All of them share one bathroom.
Katrina has been arrested with half a kilo of cocaine in her bag. That's what we call a mule. A small hand in drug trafficking. She has been living in this cell of barely 10 square meters for 6 months.
We live here 13 together. It's that one. Up here. I sleep up here. It gets really, really hot in nighttime when we're all closed in.
So how's the life here?
It's good. Well, no, it's awful, actually. I mean, I'm in prison, but yeah. So let's go outside.
Yeah. Do you feel secure?
I feel safe with the girls in my cell because no one steals in there, no one does drugs in there, no one fights in there.
And in the other?
Yes. This is our courtyard, or patio, where people just most of the day they just sit around in the shadow.
When you're moderately rich, you can afford a tunnel. They are 100 meters long and barely 1 meter wide. How many people live here?
I don't know. You have to ask the supervisor.
The deeper we get into this tunnel, the hotter it gets, the less air there is.
Here we pay rent.
How much is this?
$2 per week.
This is the widest point of the tunnel. There's no more air. The only exit is from where we came. It's hotter here than at the entrance, and the air doesn't circulate anymore.
This is the poor people's dormitory.
Slums have been created everywhere. In general, a cabin houses 5 or 6 prisoners. Why don't you have a cell?
Because we are poor. We have no money.
What about the administration?
Nothing.
We can see the overcrowding of the prison. The people you see on the ground during the day are also there at night. A concrete hole of barely 5 meters wide and 3 meters long. This is the prisoners' Eddie Mills exercise yard. Prisoner number C30,008 of Pelican Bay Prison.
When was the last time you saw, for example, a tree?
A tree? The last time I went to court in 1998, 8 years ago, I saw a tree. I was in a car and in a bus actually. And
Mills is allowed just 1 hour a day to stretch his legs.
He is serving his sentence in what is considered the harshest conditions of any prison in the U.S., the so-called Supermax.
Maximum security system. Eddie Mills was found guilty of violent hold-up 7 times. Here where he's serving a life sentence.
Just go against the back wall.
He's considered a well-behaved prisoner. The camera was allowed closer for the interview. But still from outside his cell.
I think the biggest thing we probably all miss is just the human contact, being around and joke and play and shake a hand with other humans.
Eddie's done himself no favors in prison. A member of a neo-Nazi gang, he stabbed a fellow inmate 11 years ago. And he's been in solitary ever since.
All these years being confined, I've seen individuals like that too, where they snap psychologically. They won't say anything to anybody else, and they'll just sit there in their cell all day looking at the walls, and they'll let their mind run away with them. If we let ourselves deteriorate, that's what will happen to us.
Sentenced to lengthy terms of life, they are unlikely to ever leave the prison. Life in Palincan Bay is marked by clashes between rival gangs, often spilling over into extreme violence, race riots, attempted stabbings in the exercise yard, settling accounts. Since the prison opened, 18 prisoners have been killed. 5 of them were shot dead by prison guards. It is 10 a.m. and the shooting that has just taken place is not outside the walls, but inside the prison. When the police and military finally entered the prison, they found 25 people killed.
I think that death is always around. In the corridors, in the rotundas, in the courtyards. As if she wanted to remind us that we all have an end.
The ones holding the gates are these men. 200 guerrillas detained, but armed, who control the buildings and watching the other prisoners.
We have to be armed in the prison. That's why my bodyguards carry weapons.
But are you ready to fight?
Yes, we are. We must always be ready for war, wherever we are, in prisons or outside. The government takes away our freedom. This is our only way to survive.
Have you ever used it?
Yes, of course I have.
Televisions, pens, and a few books are allowed. In theory, paintbrushes are banned. And yet somehow Eddie has managed to produce some painting.
Looks like he found a feather in the yard. Maybe he's using that for some fine details calligraphy work. But that is considered as contraband, so we are going to take that. That feather can be dipped in human secretions and thrown through that hall and hit an officer or a fellow inmate. 85% of the inmates in this institution are hepatitis C positive. Now, I don't want to have to go home. I don't want to have to go home after get hit with human about my family and having hepatitis C.
This cell is occupied by Blake. At 33, the prisoner has already served 10 years in prison. After the search, he checks that all his photos have been left behind, including the ones discreetly stuck above his bed.
We got to try to keep it out of sight. If they see it, then they can take it, and we won't get it back. So
Blake is not an angel. He was convicted of armed robbery in 2009.
we don't have real pens.
We don't have real pens.
You can't.
We
you
have
can't
flex
do any
pens.
damage with it.
You can't do any damage with it.
It'll just bend.
It will just
We don't
try to
have
hurt
real
someone.
toothbrushes.
We don't have real
We have
toothbrushes.
little miniature ones.
We have little
And they're
miniatures
only,
ones, and they are only,
this big, so
this big.
We can't fashion it into any
So we
type of
can't
weapon.
fashion
And
any
here
type of
you-
weapons. And here I can never go on another
If I
block.
go on another block here,
If I
it's
went
an
in another
escape
block here, T's an escape charge.
Prison guards find weapons almost every day. They are kept here, away from the prisoners, in an administration room.
This is a piece of metal that was fashioned into a weapon that has a point to it, or inmate-made weapons. These actually came from the light fixtures that were inside of the housing units. If he was selling it to a gang member or selling it to somebody who needed a weapon, he could probably make $50 or even make $100 for this weapon, because this weapon would actually kill somebody.
They make knives out of glass or even plastic.
They got smart and decided to use plexiglass because plexiglass won't set off a metal detector. Some of them are actually found on the inmate themselves, hidden in their pocket, in their pants, in their coat, their rectum.
It's 6:30 in the morning.
Buddy, time to wake up.
The day begins with roll call.
Mr. ID, man. IDs, gentlemen. This is the head count roster. Every inmate's assigned a specific bunk, specific tent. Mr. ID, man.
Yeah, it's right there. Right.
A difficult wake-up call to the sound of the American anthem. Then, to speed up the pace, the cavalry charge is sounded.
They all wake up and they come in and they take a razor. Just a single blade razor. Hey, Warren.
Inside, there's no bathroom, just a large refectory where up to 300 prisoners are crammed. They have no privacy.
They don't give you shaving cream? Oh hell no! That'd be too nice. Joe Arpaio tries to make it so miserable, so degrading. You know what I mean? He wants to make you feel like a dog when you're in his company. You know?
Joe Arpaio, the county sheriff. At 79, he likes to be called the toughest sheriff in the United States. His credo: zero tolerance.
The question is, you do something wrong, you have to pay for it.
That's your policy.
That's my policy. I think it's common sense.
Thanks.
Roughest county in America.
Joe, man. Hey. Go shave, man. Go shave.
We gotta do this too?
Yep. You can't have anything but a mustache. That's it. No sideburns. Okay. Go shave, man. You too. And it's a paramilitary guidelines that Sheriff Joe set forth, and you know we have to enforce them. I think that some of these guys, you know, had they had this earlier on in their life, you know, a little bit of like respect for themselves, they probably wouldn't be here, to be honest. You know.
Right now we're getting ready to get lined up and we're going to get our chains pulled out and we'll get everybody chained up.
They fought among themselves or insulted a guard. In reprisal, these prisoners are put in chains.
Gentlemen, check your marks.
With their chains on their feet, they have to walk in time.
March time, march. Forward, march.
No, pull the weeds off the sidewalk so they can walk by, please.
The goal is to set an example. An amazing way to do prevention.
If you're driving down the road with your family, you're gonna point to your kids and say, look, don't cause problems, don't do drugs, or you're gonna end up like those guys.
She tried to steal my friend's drugs. She's grounded. She's in solitary.
You're staying 5 days.
Yes, we're locked in.
Are there 2 of you here?
Yeah. We're going to be locked in here for 5 days. Can you smell how it stinks?
This is our cell. We lock people up for crimes committed in the courtyards, insults, theft, debts.
Please, fix my problem. You have to let me out. Sunday's the visit. I haven't been out for 15 days. I have to wash up for the visit. Let me out.
Okay, I'll fix it.
When we went in, there were about 50 prisoners trapped in the tunnel.
Are there people sleeping up there?
Yes, everywhere. In the hammocks, on the floor, on top.
And what's in there?
It's the food.
Is it good?
No.
What's the worst thing here?
Lices.
There are 8 other boys who are not in the normal cells but a cage. A cage where they struggle for air. They are all receiving punishment. They are here for several days.
He is in the cooler because he aggressed young kids. But he's going to be released later.
Are you urinating here?
Yes, then we throw it out the back.
Do you have a container?
Yes, we have a cup.
Fleury, shitty prison. Hate lurks behind our smiles. F***CKU. Justice, F***CKU. The administration, screw you.
It's easy behind a window. Face to face. It may be a bit more tricky.
Nadine Pickett is the head of the Fleury-Mérogis prison, the biggest prison in Europe.
For 1,000 detainees. A cruise ship.
Hey, neighbor. Hey, neighbor.
Hey, neighbor.
Yeah?
Please, turn it down a bit. In less than an hour I'm going out to walk, then you can put it back on.
In Fleury, the 1,400 prison guards, bars, locks are not enough to prevent the ties that bind inmates together day and night.
Abu?
Yeah?
Do you have cigarettes?
Yeah. Got any grass?
I have nothing, bro. I didn't get my stuff.
From a cell to another, the prisoners often chat in coded language. Thanks to their robe, made of pieces of torn sheets, they deliver items from window to window. They trade cannabis, mobile phones and notes. The prison administration is doing what it can to try and limit the phenomenon. Cells are searched on a daily basis randomly.
Le frigo, vous avez fait l'intérieur? Ouais, j'ai déjà fait. Le derrière? J'ai déjà fait ici. Rien du tout.
So what have you found so far?
A tampered power cable.
And you couldn't find a phone?
Not yet, no.
You open this. I don't have gloves on.
This radio hides a forbidden object, yet one that is very common in prisons.
Perfect. A smartphone?
Yes.
They will face disciplinary sanctions and withdrawal of their belongings.
Prisoners who can't afford a restaurant eat what they find, what is left for them.
This is an image of the Archangel Michael.
Don't you have anything else to eat?
No, sir.
The prison administration takes care of one meal a day at 11 o'clock. To go there, you have to be hungry. Very hungry. Only the poorest come. Around this place, there are several restaurants with their specialties. The baker comes from Europe. He was arrested for fraud. The baker's neighbor is the best restaurateur in the Modello, Italian speciality. It must be said that Giancarlo, the boss, is Italian, and that he has done his bit, which has led him to know some other prisons. He says he used to stay in the one in Nice and was arrested here in Colombia for false documents.
Strawberry juice, blackberry juice, bananas, apples and pineapples.
Two years ago, the Detention Administration launched an original project, almost unique in the world. They opened a restaurant inside the prison. Only model inmates are allowed to work there. There are 7 of them in the kitchen. Katrina is serving.
Now I'm here every night because I asked for it. Some of the girls get days off, but I don't want to. Because it's more relaxing for me to be out here than to be in there.
I feel happy when I go to work. I communicate with the people who come. I talk. Shut up. Stop laughing.
I feel like you're laughing a lot.
Yes, and even more so with this handsome guy, that handsome cook.
This is a household appliance shop. There are 35 craftsmen and merchants. Merchants are common law prisoners who do business.
All these businesses are for the survival of the prisoners. It is thanks to this that we support our families, that we earn our living inside the prison. It's with the agreement of the administration.
On Sundays is visiting day.
I've been here so long that when I was home, I lost a lot of my stuff. Trying to make a new book for her, for when she, that she can have. So that's her when she was a baby, me and her. She looked like me now, right? She's gonna make me sad. Don't make me sad. That she doesn't have these things, you know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted her to have, pictures of herself. We lost so much. And this is an ugly picture of her. She hates it, but I love it. Oh no, this is why you don't wear makeup at times like this.
Why are you crying?
Because I want to get out of here.
How do you see the future?
Nothing. Nothing to look forward to. I have no projects for after.